go to the preliminary budget, we will bring it up. Okay, oh yeah, it's
Yep.
3/4 the screen, that's
Yep.
right,
Yep.
okay, yeah.
Just remember, Mitch, when you talk and the board one's on, we still hear you.
You still hear me?
Ready through John's feed.
Okay, and is it sounding okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little closer than I was last time.
John, have the feed pulled up?
Yes, I do. It's working.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Well, my ticker says it's 5:30 PM on Monday, May 11th. So at this point in time, I'll call to order the monthly meeting of the Madison Central School District. Mr. Brooks will record the members present or absent, and we do have a quorum. So the next thing, if everyone would please rise and we'll join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Next item is item number 5, which is approval of the agenda. I don't believe we have any changes to the agenda, is that correct?
Correct.
So at this point in time, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda. And Angie, thank you, Mrs. Kaplan,
I'll second.
Mr. Honemichael. Further questions or discussion on the agenda? Hearing none, Mr. Brooks, you need to call the roll then, sir.
Nelson,
Here.
Miller,
Here.
Hanemichael,
Aye.
Schultz,
Here.
Kappeman,
Aye.
Bundy,
Aye.
Farrell.
Aye. So with that, we have approved the agenda. Next is approval of the consent agenda items, which are items 7 through 9. First item, number 7, is approval of the minutes of the April 13th meeting. Next is item number 8, approval of the bills, and that was done by Mrs. Kaplan, Mr. Honemichael, and Mr. Miller. Anything at all there we need to bring forward?
Nope.
Okay. Then on to number 9, which is personnel actions, and we'll turn that over to Mr. Jorgensen.
Personnel request to hire Darlene Stephenson as Director of Child Nutrition with her change in their contract with Thrive at $19 per hour effective June 1st. So they'll start to cover their summer program. And then also request for the 2021 school year, hire Jacob Luyman as high school social studies at a master's at $48,450, and that'd be to replace Christian Hildegard, who resigned last month. And also as high school assistant varsity track at $31,414, and that'll be to replace Nancy Fader.
So recommendation on personnel actions, that we accept those. As far as the consent agenda items, I would entertain a motion to approve, and then we'll have discussion.
So moved.
Mr. Bundy, is there a second?
Second.
Mrs. Schultz. Further questions or discussion on the consent items? Hearing none, Mr. Brooks, would you call the roll, please?
Nelson,
Here. Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Hanemichael,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Kappeman,
Aye.
Bundy, Farrell.
Aye. Declare that the consent agenda items are passed. On to the hearing of delegations and written communications. If you would like to participate in this portion of the meeting, only, please call in at 605-256-7700. School patrons will be given the opportunity to address the school board regarding items that are not on the agenda. The board will not hear personal complaints about the staff, and the president has the right to limit the speakers to a reasonable amount of time.
Okay, yep. I'll put you on here. Then when I put you on speaker, then just state your name, when I have the address. We have a phone call in. You have to have speaker. Then caller, you want to state your name and then speak to the board, please?
Yes, this is Dawn Weavers, and I'd like to say a few things to the board whenever it's my turn.
It's your turn right now.
Right now, Ms. Weaver.
Okay, on behalf of the Madison Education Association, I'd like to thank the school board and the administration for the flexibility with hours of teaching throughout all of the COVID-19. I would also like to thank the school board and administration for the options on making up time for our flood days. And then also like to thank the school board and administration for all the hard work with the end of the year check-in that we're experiencing with COVID. Would like to also ask, as soon as there are decisions made on the funding from the CARES Act, if that could be shared with the teachers. And then two more things. One, I wanted to share in regards to the remaining distribution of the pension fund dollars. I know that's taking place in June. I wanted to know if there would be a line item or some letter letting the teachers know the process that was going to take place. And then last but not least, thank the school board and administration for doing all the necessary tasks to keep Madison Central safe and strong. We want to wish you guys a great summer. So thank you very much.
You want to hang on, Dawn, a couple of things, maybe first on behalf of the board, and I think also the administration, we would like to thank the teachers, the staff, the parents, and most of all the students for their patience and commitment to trying to make the great experiment of the COVID-19 pandemic work to the best that it could possibly work, and we truly appreciate all of the efforts. As far as the distribution of the pension, I'm going to defer that to Mr. Brooks, if he doesn't mind.
And actually, the month end happened, we're processing for a board meeting, then tomorrow we'll start the calculations on that. The plan was to pay it at the May payroll, but we haven't done the calculations on what it would be and all of that. But we'll have that work through, it won't take too long. And then we can send, yeah, we can send something out to the staff so they're aware of how it's coming and what it'll look like.
Perfect.
Does that answer your question there, Dawn?
Yes, it does.
Okay. As far as the CARES Act, I'm sure we all are anxious to see what and how that may come, and once we know something, we certainly be willing to share what we know also.
What we have so
Okay,
far
good.
is the CARES Act money, all is related to the COVID-19 expenses, so.
Okay.
Again, once we get more direction, but it's tied into those dollars. Those
Okay.
expenses. I should say.
Because I know that we've already, via SBEA, we've already received information as to how much each school is going to get and what it can be utilized for. So I was just curious as to whether or not you guys had heard anything.
No, we're trying to get through the end of the school year right now.
Okay, that's not a problem.
Hey, anything else,
Thank you very
Dawn,
much
while you have
for the
everyone?
time. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you again very much.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Don.
We'll pause and see if we get anyone else.
The phone line is open again.
You got a future as a radio DJ there, Brooks.
I don't know. I suppose I got the face for radio.
Just like me. We'll give them just a couple more minutes here to see if anyone else wants to call in. Again, this is the hearing of delegations and written communication. If you'd like to participate, call at 605-256-7700. This is the opportunity for public input to our board meeting. 605-256-7700. I don't hear the phone ringing again, so then we will conclude item number 10, the hearing of a delegation and or written communication. Move on to item number 11, our administrators' reports.
A few items to go over. Teacher Staff Appreciation Parade that was held on May 7th. It was just amazing to see the outpouring of support from our community, for our staff. Set up for 6 to 6:30, and it was about 50 minutes long. So, I mean, it was just car after car after car. Very nice to see and very appreciated by our staff. Seniors' last day will be Wednesday, May 13th. I know Mr. Shaw is working with the seniors on that as far as check-in. Senior video link is being worked on, and that'll be posted either 1 or 1:15 roughly on Sunday. Once I have the final time on that, we'll get that information out. Virtual graduation is scheduled to be posted and live. The link will be live at 2 p.m. on Sunday the 17th. If you've driven by the school here, you've seen the yard signs, the senior photo yard signs that are in front of the high school right now on 9th Street. I believe the intent on those is that when they check out on the 13th, they'll also take those signs with them and take home and have them in their yards. I sent out information today on the electronic device check-in. Getting the cords back, the computers back, along with some other miscellaneous items. We're going to schedule those for Tuesday, May 19th and Wednesday, May 20th from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. In the elementary, we have it divided in two different sections. We've got those parents with last names A through K will be on Tuesday, and those with L through Z will be on Wednesday, just trying to not have quite as many numbers at one time. And along with that, there's all kinds of items for them to pick up. They've been put in the bags and they've been quadrated out in the elementary gym, so we'll have that check-in process take place in the elementary gym. They'll come in the north doors and they'll go through, they'll get their child's belongings that have been stacked up, and then they'll exit the south doors. So again, that's next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. Probably heard there's no plans for a special legislative session in June with the legislative body, which means a 2% increase for school funding will go into law on July 1st. So it's my guess is that some of the federal dollars are going to be able to use to possibly backfill some of the revenue. CARES Act dollars was talked about earlier. We're still waiting for clear guidance from the state and federal level. Right now, all the items really are tied in with anything dealing with the COVID right now, whether it's cleaning supplies, whether it's protective gear, could be a number of different things. But we're waiting to see all the final details on that. And just for one little piece of information, school lunches, as of Friday, we had served 15,619 school lunches during this time. So with today's count, we'd be probably about 16,500, probably pretty close to that. The intent will be we'll run that right through the end of May and right through the end of June, just on our 5 sites that we have right now. At that point in time, if the waiver doesn't change, or if they don't extend the waiver, then we'd have to go to 1 site at that point in time. But I don't, unless you've heard anything different on that, Mr. Brooks, that's the last information I've seen.
That's the last I've heard also.
Okay. Other than that, again, we're just trying to get the end of the school year wrapped up, and can't thank the parents enough on how they've been partners in this whole process and trying to continue to deliver distance learning. So that's what I have.
Okay. Mr. Brooks, anything on the administrative report?
No. No, I don't.
Okay. Mr. Bundy, do you have anything for the administrative report?
No, I don't this time.
Oh, I thought you would.
You did.
Yeah,
You mean, what you and I have been talking about?
what we submitted today, yeah.
You bet, you bet. Well, Mr. Farrell and I have submitted a proposal for the AS,
VSD,
yeah, I'll get it right in a minute, conference in August, where we submitted a proposal that basically is, and I can't remember the title right off my head, but it is basically what I wish I had known as a new school board member, what the rookie wishes he had known from the professional. So hopefully that's going to be accepted, and hopefully we'll be doing that down in Sioux Falls, August 6th or 7th.
thank you for your administrative update, Mr. Bundy.
You bet. That's probably the first and last time I'll give an administrative report.
Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but.
Oh, no, no problem.
All right, number 12 then, as we move on, is our preliminary budget, and then as a part of this, Mr. Brooks will present that, and then we will also establish a date for our formal budget hearing. So with that, we turn it over to Mr. Brooks.
And it's on screen. So with the preliminary, we just touch on it, that you kind of see that's out there. Along the top, you can see what's in the preliminary and what's in this year's adopted, so you can see the differences. And then you'll see it broken out by function, kind of going down revenues, which is means of finance, and appropriations, which is our expenditures. And so this is the preliminary. There's still a number of things that will change as they come in.
Rich, we see nothing. I don't know if you were planning to project something.
You know, I guess it's going on the webcast. Should I share? Maybe I'll just share my screen through here. That might be.
If not, we should all have it here also, but.
Mr. Jorgens, if you open up the sharing of screen, I might be able to. It says it's disabled.
Okay.
Is that something that? Because I can just show the.
It's on the webcast too.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
You have to use that because I don't have, I
Okay.
don't see where I can.
And it's a link off the agenda, and I'm not really gonna touch on it too much, it's mostly just a visual as a preliminary, but what I thought I would do, we do that top 10 list every once in a while, but I only came up with 9, so top 9 budget changers, just so you can kind of see what was in it. So I kind of went by impact. At number 9, I have phone services. Our phone services with our new phone system have decreased by about $6,700 per year, so it was a savings. Our bond payment, number 8, our bond payment, it went up, our bond payment went up about $8,550 in the next year, and it goes up about that same each year. Number 7, with our food service, we're going on our own, we're not exactly sure how to check everything out, so we have some estimates, and so we estimate our food service program will increase by $21,000. Number 6 is our health insurance expenses for the year. We estimate that they'll decline by about $22,000. Number 5, our special education day programs. We have less students into day programs for next year, so that expenditure will decrease by about $29,200. Number 4, our federal programs, all of our title, IDA, all our federal programs, they've increased the funding in those by about $53,800. Kind of quite a jump for this year. Number 3 is our, which we talked about in the public time, our pension general fund payment. The pension fund will close, the money moves into the general fund, and that payment will be made out of the general fund. It's just a one-time payment for our retirees from this year, and $74,930. Number 2 is our special education residential programs, and we'll have less students in residential programs next year, and that's a decrease of expenditures of about $83,200. And then our largest budget change, our number 1 item, is our teacher agreement. With the 88 teachers on teacher agreement, it's about $105,900 increase going into next year. So those are kind of top 9 budget changes in the preliminary budget. And then during this time, we'll look to have the capital outlay committee meet, then the budget committee or finance committee meet, and we'll finalize things, shift things around, finalize things for the budget hearing and for the proposed budget, which will be next month.
Yeah. You want to talk about the hearing date then?
So then the hearing date if we go with what we've done in the past, we typically set it, to go about 5:45. So we'll start the meeting, actually, or did we start it before the meeting last time? Oh, 5:45, yep, just after the meeting starts. So we usually start the meeting, get through our initial consent agenda, and then we do the budget hearing. So if we do it like that, we'd be looking at 5:45 on June 8th for the budget hearing.
Okay. So then our motion and second, and then any discussion or questions would be that Mr. Brooks has presented the preliminary budget, and then we would set our budget hearing for June 8th at our regular board meeting in June at 5:45 PM. Is there a motion to that effect? Mr. Schultz, is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Miller, further questions on that, or questions on the preliminary budget or the hearing date? Thank you, Mr. Brooks, for the work. I am disappointed that we only had 9 and not 10.
It's getting pretty small, so I wanna make sure they're impactful. Now,
We will forgive you this year.
yeah, not a lot of changes, it is a very similar budget to this last year.
All right, further questions or discussion on the preliminary budget or the time and date of the hearing? If not, then Mr. Brooks, would you call the roll, please?
Nelson,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Hannah Michael,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Kappeman,
Aye.
Bundy,
Aye.
Farrell.
Aye. Declare that we have heard our preliminary budget and set our budget hearing for June 8th at 5:45 PM. On to item number 13, consider an audit agreement for the 2019-2020 fiscal year. Mr. Brooks?
So this agreement that was attached, same as in prior years, they actually kept the rate, exactly the same, $10,300 for the audit. The letter just kind of defines the scope of what they'll review, what they'll look at, and that it meets the requirements that the state asks of us. So our recommendation, we use the same company for Madison Central and for Prairie Lakes Educational Co-op. Our recommendation would be to approve the audit agreement for this year, the 2019-2020.
Okay, so we have a recommendation from the administration for approval of the audit agreement. Is there a motion and a second to that effect?
So moved.
Mr. Hanmichael has the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mrs. Kaplan, any further questions or discussion on the audit agreement? If anybody wants to sit on the exit interview, I'll let you have my seat. All right, hearing nothing else, then Mr. Brooks, would you call the roll, please?
Nelson,
Aye.
Miller, Hannah Michael,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Kappeman,
Aye.
Bundy,
Aye.
Farrell.
Aye, declare that we have approved the audit agreement for the 2019-2020 school year with Qualm, Berglund, and Post. Next item is the Thrive contract, an amendment to that. Is that Mr. Jorgensen or Mr. Brooks?
I'll have Mr. Brooks touch base on that with the changes.
So what it was, in our contract, they had an option to non-renew for the next year, and Thrive has decided to not renew with all of their schools. They're kind of leaving that business. And so our contract would end on June 30th, but they asked us if we'd be willing to end on May 29th. And so in essence, on June 1st, we would then take over our own food service. Not much of an issue to us, mostly just when the inventory gets counted and then when some of the staff then comes on board for us. And so then that's the amendment that was attached, is really just changing the date to May 29th as our termination date.
And the recommendation would be that we approve this, so is there a motion to that effect of amending the Thrive contract?
So moved.
Mr. Bundy has the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, I heard Mrs. Schultz first. Questions or discussion on that with the Thrive contract? As Mr. Brooks mentioned, they are getting out of the school lunch program.
Mr. Brooks, when do we think like the other staff would come on board?
So, once we hired, Darlene Stepson, which we just did this meeting, then we'll meet with her on, we'll bring all the staff back, and then we'll start talking about, shifts, wages, and things like that. Someone will hire for summer, and the rest will come back for the school year, but that process will then start now, yeah.
Does that answer your question, Laura?
Yes.
Okay. Further questions or discussion on the amendment of the Thrive contract? Hearing none, Mr. Brooks, your opportunity to call the roll again.
Nelson,
Aye.
Miller, Hanamichael,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Kappeman,
Aye.
Bundy,
Aye.
Farrell.
Aye. So with that vote, we have amended the Thrive contract to ending then on 5/29 of 2020. Next item is item number 15, which is consider the candidates for the South Dakota High School Activities Association Board of Directors.
Yeah, I'd like to make a recommendation on, there's 3 different positions. The third one with the school board one is the easiest one because there's only one person there, and that's Marty Wiseman at Groton. But on the East River at large, there's 4, they're all good candidates, and I think I've served on boards with almost everybody, but we would recommend Dr. Kelly Goat from Pierre. And then for the Division 1 representative, we would recommend Michael Talley from Rapid City Central as our candidates to vote for.
Okay. So recommendation from the administration is that Mr. Wiseman, Dr. Grote, and Mr. Talley be who we would vote for on that. Would there be a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Mr. Hanamichael makes that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Bundy makes the second. Further discussion, questions, or candidates you'd like to consider? Thank all candidates for their being willing to serve.
Yeah, and they're all good candidates, so.
Hearing no other discussion, Mr. Brooks, call the roll, please.
Nelson,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Hanamichael,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Kappeman,
Aye.
Bundy,
Aye.
Farrell.
Aye. So with that, we are casting our ballots, which we will get signed tomorrow or tonight for Mr. Wiseman, Dr. Grote, and Mr. Talley. Another South Dakota High School Activities Association, this is a constitutional amendment. Mr. Jorgensen.
Yeah, they have one amendment to the bylaws, and it makes sense. Almost every other year, they have to go and amend, because they had where you had to have 10 practices in, and then you'd have weather situations, whatever it may be, so they had to do waivers constantly. And for some of the sports, I think it's tennis and it's golf, there's a couple that already have it set at 5 days. It just makes sense to make it uniform for all the activities and change it to 5 days. So we would, and I've met with Mr. Ricky on this as well, we would definitely support this amendment.
We have a recommendation from the administration for approval of that constitutional amendment. Is there a motion to that effect? Mr. Schultz has the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mrs. Kaplan, further questions or discussion? I too think it's a good amendment. I think that will eliminate a lot of potential problems that we've seen. Further discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Brooks.
Nelson,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Hanamichael,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Kappeman,
Aye.
Bundy,
Aye.
Farrell.
Aye. Okay. So that concludes our regular agenda items. We will move into an executive session. John, you can shut the stream off at this point in time. We're not planning to take any action following this. We're going into executive session in accordance with South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2. And item is section 4 for negotiation. I need a motion to go in and a second, if we could have that, please. So moved. Ms. Kappeman, is there a second?
Second.
Miller. And I declare us in at 5:59 PM. Mr. George?